So today we are doing instruction on day 9A, which is actually getting into solving multi-step equations. And the table that you see at the top of day 9A is really a list of all steps that you might take while solving any multi-step equation. Today we will not see the step 1, use distributive property, because none of the problem we are considering today will have parentheses in them. But we will have some problem that will ask us to combine like terms, and this is probably the most important one. Cancel out one of the variables, because here is where we are going to look at today. What happens when we have a variable on both sides of equation? That's what we haven't done so far. So here is our first problem. So as you look at it, we have 3x on the left side and we have 5x on the other side. So what to do now? This is, if you go to our kingdom and those pouches, you remember what was happening. If we were having 3 pouches on one side and 5 pouches on the other side, we were actually canceling pouches first. And that's what we are doing here. You can solve this equation by doing different ways. We recommend you cancel one of the variables. And you can do it 2 ways. You could subtract 5x from both sides, and I will do this in pencil, guys. Don't write anything. So I could do this. I could take minus 5x on this side and minus 5x on that side, and notice what will happen. This will cancel out, and I will have on that side 3x minus 5x, which will give me negative 2x, plus 9, and I will have 3. And notice that's now 2-step equation. However, notice what I have. I have a negative variable. This is what's recommended. It's recommended that you get rid of the variable that will actually leave you with a positive variable term. So watch how I would do it. And this is just a recommendation. No one says you have to do it exactly like that. So because I have 5x is positive and 3x is positive, if I subtract 3x from both sides, I will actually end up here with positive 2x. So I will have this. These 2 will cancel out. I still have 9 left on that side, equal. 5x minus 3x will give me 2x, and I have plus 3. So now what I have 2-step equation left. I have variable with multiplication of 2 and addition of 3 on that side. So what do we undo first? We undo addition as usually. And now notice here what I did. I cancel out one of the variables because I did not need to distribute nor combine like terms. Now I'm doing adding or subtracting. So minus 3. And I do the same to the other side to keep the balance. Again, you can make your lines around equal sign or not, depending on your preference. These 2 cancel out. I have 2x left on that side, and 9 minus 3 will give me 6. And now the last thing, I have a multiplication that I need to undo. So divide by 2, do the same to the other side to keep the balance, and I have x to be equal 3. And if I'm doing my check step, hopefully all of you will be doing it, I will end up with this. I have 3 times this 3, instead of x I'm putting 3, plus 9 equals 5 times 3 plus 3 on the other side. And I need to see, will I get the same answer on both sides? That will be the proof that my final solution is correct. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 9 on that side, 15, plus 3 on the other side. This is 18, that's 18. I'm good to go. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Here is another one. So now we have variables on both sides. 8y here and 6y there. So I could subtract 8y from both sides to cancel that 8y, but I would end up here with negative 2y in that case, because 6 minus 8y would be negative 2y. Because of that, I'm actually going to subtract 6y from both sides.
So that's like 6 pouches, like when we were doing those coin things. Okay.
Yeah. This is 2y minus 3 equal, and I have here 1 left because 6y is not there anymore. And now I have two-step equation where I have a variable being multiplied by 2, subtracted 3. Undo subtraction first by adding, do the same to the other side, and we have 2y equal 1 plus 3 is 4. Undo multiplication by dividing, do the same to the other side, and we have y equal 2. And if you just check it, 8 times 2 would give us 16, minus 3 will be 13. On the other side, 6 times 2 would be 12, plus 1 would be 13, and you can see that both sides have the same answer.
So we can just check it in our head instead of having to write it down.
Absolutely,
sometimes.
Or on your calculator.
Okay.
As long as you check it, because all of us can make a mistake with positive, negatives. It's such an easy thing to make a mistake. Why not to check it? So let's look at the bottom part. When we look at this problem here, was it different from the previous ones?
Variables are both on the same side.
So here we do have two variables, two terms with variables, but they are on the same side of equal sign. It's not like one variable is on one side, one on the other. In this case, I don't need to undo one of them. I need to combine them because this is all one expression. If I cover everything else, I have just one expression where 3g plus 2g can be combined. So 3g plus 2g would give me 5g. And then I still have plus 6 on that side. And then I copy everything else. And now I have two-step equation where I need to undo addition first. Do the same to the other side to keep the balance. We have 5g left here. 15 minus 6 will give us 9. We need to undo multiplication by dividing. Do the same to the other side. And we have g equal. You can leave this as 9/5. No one says you have to do anything else with it. Or you can divide 9 by 5, and then your answer will be 1.8. Either way works. But I think it's very easy just to leave it as a fraction. Simple thing. Questions on that?
Or I could do a mixed number too, right?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. You could also do 1 and 4/5 there. Yeah, all of them. But to save yourself time, you can just leave it as 9/5. It will work because even if you plug it back in, it would still work. Yeah, you would have to deal with fractions. And the last...
And that would be an easier check step with my calculator then, with that decimal.
With a decimal, it would be the easiest check. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And the last one, again, if you look at it, where your equal sign is, your variables, the terms with variables are both on the same side. No undoing. You have to combine them. So 6m minus 2m, don't forget that sign there of minus. 6m minus 2m will give us 4m. Plus 5 and plus 1 will give us total of plus 6 equal 30. And here we have equation with 2 steps. Undo addition, do the same to the other side. We have 4m left and 24 on the other side. Undo multiplication by dividing, do the same to the other side, and we have m equal 6. So what you need to do, you need to, if you feel comfortable, you need to take exit card for 9A and do it. If you think you need practice a little bit more, then take the practice worksheet and then we will go from there. Because we will leave this one for the next B.
I said stop. What's stopping?